Hey YouTube, this is Orion making another vid. If you like my content, please consider hitting the like button, and also please consider subscribing, as it is very much appreciated. This is just a update video of my WE collection. I now have 9 WE knives in my collection, and you'll notice I only collect M390 flippers, and all my WE knives are, as said, M390 flippers, frame lock flippers. First up in the collection is the WE 702B integral. I also tend to like, as far as the integrals go, I have 3 integrals in my collection. I tend to like buying integrals from WE Knife Company because they always deliver their integrals at a reasonable price. Integrals are hard to build, and they tend to be expensive, and WE delivers them at a reasonable price for an integral. The 702 is a fine example of the breed, of the build, and I really like it. It has this really fine milling all over it. As an integral, it's got that single piece of titanium milled out, and this fine detail work all over it. That's the 702. Next one's the Drakon. Again, with the milling, it's got this dragon scale milling all over it, milled out of the single piece of titanium. Out of the 3 integrals I've got, I'd have to say this is my favourite of the 3. It's just such a nice little flipper. But it is an occasional carry knife. I don't usually carry it, but it's a beautiful little piece too, with the dragon scale that they've done all over the piece. Fires really well. That compound grind, or the different grind that they've done on the different bevels there. And it's a smaller knife too, between the 702 and the Drakon there. And then the Synergy, that's the other integral. You can see that the three knives are different size. It is the smallest out of the 3 integrals. And that brings me to the Synergy 2. It's the 3rd integral I've got from WE. And it's the only trailing point, I think it's the only trailing point I've got in my collection. I really like this one too. It's another really nice, with the flame anodizing, integral build. Fires really well. I feel like I'm rushing through this, but I'm sorry, I just don't want it to be too long a video. Just a short collection update. That's the Synergy. Next one's the Minotaur. With the Wharncliffe, modified Wharncliffe or Sheepsfoot blade. Again, I like this one too. More unusual knife. Really smooth. Brings me to my big bruiser, the Jix. This was really surprising. This has got one of the best actions. I'd put this up against just about anything. I'd even go to so far as to say it's as good as my React Horizon D. Drop shots, smooth. I'd put that up against just about any flipper on the market. If you can get it over the detent ball. I think it's got a ramp there. You just have to go a little bit further, but it's buttery smooth. That detent is dialed in so well. It's perfect. I love it. It's such a fidgety knife. I play with it so much. Very cool knife, that one. Another really surprising knife too. It's the 037. For such a big knife, it carries so well. 4-inch knife, 4-inch blade, weighs 4 ounces. Carries so well in the pocket, and in the geometry on that edge. It's really thin behind the blade, but thin behind the edge, and cuts so well. Out of all my Wiis, if I had to just pick a user, this is the one I'd carry. As far as users go. Fires really well, really good lock-up. That inletted pocket clip melts in the hand. Got lots of options with the front choil. I'm really enamoured with this knife. It's got a lot going for it. And for such a big, the only thing is it's a big knife. So it does tend to put people off because of its size, but I really like it. It's one of my favourites. Comes to the Bishop. Really handsome piece. Really nice carbon fibre. Action's good. Not as good as it could be, but still acceptable. Pretty good. Pretty good. Would have liked it a little bit better, but still good. The looks of the knife make up for everything else, as far as I'm concerned. Very, very pleasing looking knife for me. Another good looking knife, 704 CF Purple. This is, my wife picked this one out for me. Another very, very light knife. I think this is one of the lightest knives I actually have. 90 grams with the lanyard. It carries very well too, because it's very thin profile, so you barely know it's in the pocket. Fires really well. Got pretty good cutting geometry as well. Lots of options with the front choil. Then we come to the Praktic, last but not least. These are really hard to come by now too. They are not being made anymore as far as I know. Here in Australia especially anyway. Praktic. This is one of the smaller Wiis. It fits my hand, but only just. Again, yeah, I really like it too. That's just a collection update on my Wiis. 702B Integral. 819 Dracon Integral, 912 Synergy 2 Integral Flame Handle, 801B Minotaur, 904 Jix, 910 037 Bronze, 903 Bishop Blue version, 704 CF Purple version, 809 Practic. Anyway, thanks for watching.